What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and Twitter is literally purging itself. It is making sure that it makes even less money, and it continues to ban tens of thousands of accounts with no rhyme or reason or care for the future viability of their company, and I couldn't be happier. Now, over the weekend, we saw big tech giants, Amazon, and Twitter most likely, conspire to remove a legitimate competitor to the platform, Parler. Yeah, now you can meme on Parler all you want. Ha ha ha, it was built on WordPress. Ha 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 ha, it was slow. Ha ha ha, conservatives are on there. And maybe all of that's correct, okay? But it didn't matter because it had users. It had real life non-bot users and hundreds of thousands of them, millions of them, all right? And there was a viable competitor. And so the mainstream media coordinated with big tech to not just only smear everybody on that platform as some sort of far right lunatic, but also literally deplatform them, remove their hosting abilities, remove their partner abilities, their website, everything removed off the internet. Why? Because they're afraid. And I'll take this one video today to remind everyone, I'm working on building my own site, indiemedia.io. It's very, very early right now. But I could use your help. And the best way to help is using my Subscribestar, which is a free speech version of Patreon. It's linked in the description below. If you're in the position to, please consider backing today. If not, that's totally okay too. I enjoy you just being subscribed. There's a red button down below, or leaving likes. It all helps. Now today, for the second day in a row, Twitter stock continues to go down. If we look at it over the last 5 days, it's basically been tanking, losing billions of dollars in market cap. You saw yesterday losing $5 billion in market cap. Now today, Twitter shares sink after Trump's account deleted. Again, they don't care though. You see, CNBC's Jim Cramer warns Twitter Trump was a great salesperson for them as stock plunges. Quote, you would add this endless wave, this web that the president created. It was an action and reaction, Cramer said. So Squawk on the Street co-anchor Carl Quintilla pointed out that Monday morning that Twitter was the only major company whose share price dropped substantially during pre-market hours, losing more than 7% of its value following Friday's expulsion of the president. Quote, I think there are a lot of people who literally knew that the president was the most important person, that you'd have to keep checking him, Cramer told Quintilla, and that you'd have to check people who talk about him. And you had this endless wave, this web that the president created, and action was reaction. Cramer declared that the surprise factor Trump represented to Twitter is gone. The CNBC star suggested that he hasn't checked the platform as urgently as he used to since the president's enforced departure. I do believe that, Carl, Twitter's got to come up with a new thesis very, very quickly, because I think they always never talked about the power of Trump bringing in people, Cramer continued. I'm telling you that Donald Trump was a great salesperson for Twitter. Of course he was. That's undoubted. But then you see today, Twitter banned 70,000 accounts in conspiracy crackdown. Now, I don't know. My whole thing with this is, how does Twitter actually determine whether or not you're a part of a particular group? Twitter has permanently suspended more than 70,000 accounts dedicated to sharing theories that they don't like, and ratcheted up its enforcement in the wake of DC. Just like I said, we knew that big tech was going to use this opportunity to squeeze more censorship to force more censorship upon the general public, and that's exactly what they're doing. Many of those affected were run by individuals who were operating several at a time, Twitter said in a statement detailing its actions. As part of its latest measures, follower counts for some users may change as many as thousands. Why can't I read? The company had warned against sharing this type of material in the summer, and said its accounts that tweet or retweet it will continue to have limited visibility across search, replies, and on timelines, are prohibited from being recommended by others by Twitter. Any tweets labeled for this type of claims for Twitter's civic integrity policy, a key reason cited that the company in its initial suspension of departing U.S. President Donald Trump will now be limited in engagement. 70,000 accounts banned. This on top of obviously banning the president. Your stock continues to go down. Every time I check now, it's down 2.32%. This is probably another $1 billion right here. If we can say that it losing 7% or 10% was $5 billion, then 2% is another $1 billion. So it lost another $1 billion in market cap today. This on top of even more hypocrisy. Ahead of the Ugandan election, we're hearing reports that internet service providers are being ordered to block social media and messaging apps. We strongly condemn internet shutdowns. Really? They are hugely harmful and violate basic human rights and the principles of the, quote, hashtag open internet. You believe that Twitter... First of all, I disagree, but let's just view let's discuss it in terms of your own hypocrisy. Okay. Twitter believes that using social media is a basic human right. But they removed it from 70,000 people today, and they removed it from the President of the United States 4 days ago. Let's just take a look at the replies here. Let's see how this is going. Laughing, hilarious. Now go on and explain how this is different, how different this is in the U.S. case a couple days ago in one tweet, just to complete the show. Ha ha ha. After the coordinated actions of Twitter, Facebook, Apple, Google, Amazon, and Cloudflare against our own populace this week, this tweet deserves a fancy frame and a primo spot in some museum. Twitter a week ago celebrating this type of behavior, and then today, pearl clutching. Your shares don't look very happy today. Hopefully, more people will join in the Big Short. There are no mirrors at Twitter. They're joking, right? Twitter, this is like universally. They're getting universally dunked on. The total lack of self-awareness here is astonishing. Now do Amazon Web Services. How about Mike Cernovich? This is the greatest tweet in the history of Twitter. Congratulations to whoever wrote it. Everybody is just completely dunking on them. Wait, what? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me with this Twitter? You just said internet is a basic... This is probably the most hypocritical... This is the most... hypocritical statement I've ever seen, maybe ever. Like, this is literally award-winning levels of hypocrisy. Access to information and freedom of expression, including the public conversation on Twitter, is never more important than during democratic processes, particularly elections. What? What? Literally what? Are you joking? Are you having a laugh? This is Twitter, who today banned 70,000 accounts. This is Twitter, who banned the President of the United States. This is Twitter, whose stock continues to go down. It's now lost another $1 billion today in market cap. $1 billion. But they don't care. They'll just censor and control into oblivion. And that's fine, because quite honestly, what reason will millions of people, the millions of Trump reply guys already don't have anything to do. Now you're banning the nut jobs, as you put it. So mainstream media won't be able to write about their ideas anymore. They'll just go back underground and continue to grow because these morons think banning people from the internet will somehow stop their ideas from spreading. Twitter is a joke. I wish I had any other option. Gab is maybe there. I mean, Minds.com is still a free exchange of ideas and functioning. But I'm looking forward to Twitter to continue to drive themselves into the ground. Keep it up, Jack, you absolute moron. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.